The club's new first team head coach. How are you feeling with this first day at work?
Very excited. I feel honoured and privileged to be selected to be head coach of this very traditional, proud football club with a lot of fantastic history. So yeah, I'm very proud, my family very proud, and I hope to make a lot of people in this area, in this region, very, very happy and be proud of this football team.
6 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses presents the track record of the Jamaica men's national team current coach in Steve McClaren. However, with the latest games being played in the Gold Cup, the Jamaican fan base is somewhat concerned as to whether or not Coach McClaren is the man for the job. In today's video on Premier 7, I want to discuss the importance of how a Liam Rosenior could be a tactical assistant for McClaren and how his input could help Coach McClaren help Jamaica go to the FIFA World Cup in 2026. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. A popular quote written by Stephen Covey, as it links directly to the situation of the Jamaica men's national team and the belief that Jamaica should go to the World Cup, but there are signs whereas the faith is being affected. And today on Premier 7, it is all about the important topic: why the JFF should bring in Liam Rosenior to help McClaren guide Jamaica to World Cup 2026. In that case, people, this is a very technical video, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And of course, this video was triggered by a poll that was being done with the question of importance: should the Jamaica Football Federation bring in a tactical assistant to support Steve McClaren before the World Cup qualifiers? 61 votes thus far, with majority saying yes, he needs tactical support, followed by no, just sack him with 33%, and the remaining 30% states no, let him lead alone. I will not choose to even talk about the 7% because that no, it is not the rightful mentality, I would say, regardless of the opinions by others. From that, I have received 3 likes as well with 2 comments. So I just have to say big up to all of those persons who responded or reacted to the poll. It is an influence for this video. And in that case, people, if you're new to Premier 7, please go ahead and subscribe. The channel have 1,981 subscribers. I am currently on the road to the 2,000 landmark, just 19 subscribers away. All right, so let's dive into the importance of who is Liam Rosenior. He's now the head coach of RC Strasbourg in France, and he managed to lead this club with a lot of youngsters, finishing at 7th place in League One, behind top European names or well-known names in the league: PSG, Marseille, Monaco, Lille, Nice, and Lyon. That was the top 6. And for him to be a part of such journey in helping such club to reach at the top 7 spot in League One, it is not in question, but it raises the eyebrows as to what is so good about this coach. Now, Liam Rosenior was born on the 9th of July 1984 in England. So he's an English-born person, primarily as a fullback. So within his past career, within that time, a fullback, but now the past has gone. However, his youth career started at Bristol City in 2001, and over a 16-year professional career, he made 393 appearances, scoring 4 goals across several clubs, including, as mentioned, Bristol City, then to Fulham, Reading, Ipswich, Hull City, and Brighton and Hove Albion. Internationally, Rosenior represented England at the under-21 and even at the under-20 levels, earning 11 caps combined. So after he retired, from playing in 2018, he quickly moved into coaching. I think his father, Mr. Senior Rosenior, was a coach as well. And in that case, with Rosenior, Liam Rosenior that is, he serves as an interim manager at Derby County in 2022 alongside Wayne Rooney, and then head coach at Hull City from 2022 to 2024 before taking the job at Strasbourg. So it shows then here that this guy have a track record of being a coach. His name is one that the world is looking on. And I mean, he's a young coach, but for me personally, based on what he's been doing so far, and based on the fact that he's a youthful coach as well, maybe he will be a good assistant for Coach McClaren. But I mean, within the video, there will be many more to learn. I just want to let you know that this guy, based on his coaching philosophy, he believes in building trust, and I think that is something that Jamaica needs from the top right down. He understands players as individuals, so not just to say players or a team on a whole, but individually he tries to get his head around knowing individual players and creating a strong culture and system to help to bring unity in the Jamaican men's national team in order for success to be achieved. Now, I am a huge fan of tactical football discussions, and with Coach Rosenior being considered by way of my research and my own personal belief, I just want to talk about how his coaching style could help Jamaica and how that would even make it better for Jamaica's system, not only within a short term, but also long-term basis. So tactically, Rosenior is a modern football coach, and modern is being emphasized on seeing that how football is being played now is different from back then. Now, he's known for the formation of the 4-2-3-1, or formation that Coach Steve McClaren applies as, let's say, one of the main formation for the Jamaica men's national team. And in that case, knowing how Rosenior goes with the same formation, not saying that it would not be changed at points in time, it is a foundation formation that our system utilizes in Jamaica. And as you can see on screen, just for proof, the formation 4-2-3-1 is his preferred formation. So, I mean, with that formation in place, it is noticed to be, let's say, one that would provide positional football balance and effectiveness based on fluidity or fluency between the goalkeeper to the point of being a striker. But I mean, Jamaica is still not playing a fluid system. And I think with Rosenior being in place as a tactical assistant for Jamaica, it could build that relationship between the players in a better way, bringing in place also the youth that was being recruited by Coach McClaren and the JFF, and integrate them into a unit that could lead to Jamaica playing more free-flowing football. So, I mean, the goalkeeper play a crucial role in his build-up as a coach, as the team invites pressure and then quickly exploits the space left behind through passing and numerical overloads, especially on the wings. We have some forward as well who can play on either end as well. So that is a dynamic frontline that we have. Names like Demarai Gray, Leon Bailey, Borrell, Cephas, and the list goes on to Akayem Dixon. Those players can play right across the front three. And did I mention Tyrese Campbell? He's also one of those youngsters who have that track record of being fluid as well. So in that case now, knowing that this coach, his preferred style is to pass and press, the players who we have in Jamaica system do not have such technical ability, let's say from the back line really and truly, but to bring in a coach who can assist with such confidence boost, it could somewhat improve the Jamaican footballers' current status, helping them to have a stronger foundation with their basic skill set or their already adjusted skill set, and tapping into that and let them become more creative with their style of play. So I don't wish to see the long balls being like something that Jamaica go for. When you kick the ball long and opposition teams are keeping the line high, it would basically put your team on the back foot, because the opposition team can have their offside trap, which many teams would set or should set, or to win the ball in the air and then have the ball in their position. I have seen here in the CONCACAF World Cup right now that the teams that Jamaica plays against, the Guatemala, the Guadeloupe, tactically in and out of position, they're playing the game quite balanced and positional. But Jamaica, when things get a bit rough, long balls, back passes, that is not the way or the style of play I think that Jamaica should play. And I believe that this guy in a Rosenior could help the national team to be better. Because then again, this style that he implements for his team in League One is I think it would be good for Jamaica, or fits perfectly to Jamaica in helping them to adapt to fast playing style with dynamism, helping players in the midfield to be a bit more tactical as well, because we can see that when Isaac Hayden is absent, Jamaica football reverts back to the norm. And in that case, I think Brandon Cover deserves a chance to master his craft better. And I think knowing that this coach in Liam Rosenior is for the youths as well, it would be a smart and effective move. And not only for the implementation or input of a Brandon Cover, but it will let Jamaica football on a whole become more attractive, and the playing style will be more effective. It will take some work, but the players, I believe, as professionals, should be able to adjust. All right, so how he could complement Coach McClaren. So Steve McClaren is known for decades to have experience at the highest level in football, managing England team, working alongside coaches at Manchester United and clubs differently in even Netherlands. But pairing him with a young, innovative mind like Rosenior would give Jamaica a real deal. Let's say there could be a tactical duo and real tactics on and off the pitch. Because, I mean, when they're having their discussions or their meetings, that is an off-pitch thing. So it is something that will help to build the culture of Jamaica and to give us that better vision for greatness. So McClaren offers structure and leadership, while Rosenior adds energy and fresh ideas and strong connections to those who are in England, the English born. And I mean, we do have some, the names were being listed earlier on. Let's say the Burrells again, even the Morris Hill, the Brandon Covers. Rosenior in place could help Coach McClaren build that stronger foundation, right? And we want other players to be recruited with him alongside Coach McClaren. The work could be shared, and that could be a pull factor to influence others overseas that, all right, Jamaica have Rosenior right now working with Coach McClaren, somebody who understands how football should be played better. It will pull other players in wanting to come to Jamaica better, and with a no-nonsense coach like Rosenior, I think he could help Coach McClaren to even chop down the excessive amount of players, because at the end of the day, it is 23 to 26 man that would be playing in the different competitions. All right, so I mean, together, both of them could provide balance to the team and for themselves and for Jamaica football on a whole. Wisdom with modern football thinking would be a plus, right? So exactly what the Reggae Boyz would need in the camp right now before World Cup qualifiers, and if all goes well, then the national team would more so be in a better position to make it to the World Cup in 2026 in our backyard, that is. All right, so I mean, so far so good. The news being shared about this coach based on research as well is very much eye-catching, and I think even though he may not be the real deal, he could be the best option to assist Coach McClaren to help Jamaica go to the World Cup. I mentioned the names of some English-born players that is in Jamaica's system, and I believe that Jamaica needs some more, and in that case, English connection and players relationship is what will do a big boost for Jamaica. A lot of persons would say Jamaica have the diaspora for recruiting a lot of English-based talents, and I think we're trying to get that in, but I think that sometimes the system that we have may not be pulling these players enough. So bringing in tactical coaches or coach that will help McClaren easily bring in these players. All right. So most of Jamaica current and potential stars, as you should know, comes from England. The Pinnocks, the Bell, the Lee, the Greys. A lot of them are English based. The Antonias. All right. And knowing that Rosenior, born and raised in England, with Caribbean roots as well, I think this would be an influence on his background. So this gives him, based on the track record, he's a unique person who is able to adapt and to connect players by way of recruiting and motivating his players. So if he can recruit and motivate, based on his track record, is even motivating the youths within his team at Strasbourg in League One. Remember, the 7th place finished. It will be a huge impact for him because, I mean, without having a track record, I won't believe that you're good enough. And seeing that he's a coach who do not only play football in the past and only coach at Hull City and Derby, he coaches otherwise. He's a coach for himself right now. So he's growing as a coach. His track record is showing us that, I mean, as a coach, he's going on a higher and higher level. So Jamaica has to consider this man as a good option to help Coach McClaren. And just for a pictorial representation, you're seeing the green bars. At Derby, it looks good. Hull City, it dips a bit. But at Strasbourg, it improves. So he's not a person who is dipping low and coming high. He's a steady coach who is growing based on his coaching progress. And looking at this as well, just for statistical representation, number of games managed so far 127, numbers of wins 52, numbers of losses 36. So he's more so a winner than a loser. As a young coach playing against better oppositions or playing against experienced coaches, it shows that this guy can be someone who Jamaica has to go for right now. Because even though he has won some games, he has won some big games. He has defeated Lyon 4-2. He has even defeated PSG 2-1. And he's even drew with Nice. So the teams who finishes above him, he really and truly provides that competition against those opposition teams, who I think Jamaica really and truly needs. Because if we can make ourselves become more dominant against smaller teams like Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao, Curacao is playing football better than Jamaica right now in the Gold Cup. I think that if we get this guy in, he could make Jamaica dominate games better or play better football. When the game gets rough, Jamaican players chicken out, or let's say their heads goes down. But I am seeing that they do try to fight, but they don't have that cutting edge. And I think with a young and vibrant coach, Steve McClaren really and truly needs the assistance of this man to help Jamaica get the best out of the players' performance, because his presence could be key in convincing even those that we still need, or even those who are not getting much game time, to play Jamaica football. Or not to say Jamaica football, but the way that fans want to see our team winning and dominating games. Just as always, the fan base, we asked for a Jonathan Russell to play football, and look at how Jonathan Russell is playing football now. One of the most decorative player in Jamaica camp right now, scoring goals and making Jamaica team going on a different level. So just imagine having a Rosenior assisting a Jonathan Russell and getting in other players. Jamaica would, to me, be in a better position to make it to the World Cup, because performances is key. And we don't want to only look on the statistics. We want to use our eye test to make the rightful judgment. And based on the eye test, Jamaica football is not the best. However, with all good things, there can be cons. There's pros, there's cons. And I mean, with this guy knowing that he's already employed as a senior coach at Strasbourg in League One, it can pose a issue for Jamaica, not in a bad way, but a challenge. So, I mean, he has a full-time job, so he will not be able to become that permanent assistant or that permanent coach for Jamaica. As I've said before, Jamaica need a tactician, and I think this guy can be one who can help Jamaica, because the thing is, the problem will be that scheduling in League One may conflict with international windows. Should they arise, they will arise indeed, because a lot of games are being played in football these days based on the fact that there are different competitions implemented. And looking at even the African Cup of Nations, it do conflicts with the Premier League. And in that case, it does affect club teams. For example, if Liverpool wasn't good enough, Salah, Mane within those times, Liverpool will be even playing football with players who they do not want. But because of the tactical assessment and brain of Klopp and his men, it helps Liverpool to remain as a big club from the past up to this modern days. And I think Jamaica needs to become something like that. Get this guy in because he would at least help Jamaica to become better. But how? Well, the JFF would need to be creative in bringing him in as a consultant or a tactical advisor or a special assistant during key qualification periods. So you have to sell him the Jamaica football. You have to sell him the project. You would have to show him what you guys are about. Not to say we just want to make it to the World Cup, but how do you want to make it to the World Cup? Do you want for Jamaica football to be better? Do you want for him to help Coach McClaren, giving him a key role in helping McClaren to nurture these youngsters, to talk to the bigger seniors, and to better off their games on and off the pitch? You have to sell this guy a project because we need to go to the World Cup and we need to act fast, because if we don't, we will not have this chance to make it to the World Cup. That is just my belief. And it's a big opportunity to help Jamaica qualify for the World Cup with him in place, and it will be a massive boost as well for his career, showcasing that he have that instant impact at the international stage, and this can increase his global reputation. I see him as a guy who is steady-headed. I don't see him as someone who is easily influenced. So you would have to provide him with that foundation that Jamaica needs him, and JFF, you have to just assist Coach McClaren and the coaching staffs as well to work as a unit. The reason why I don't go for a Paul All or other persons is because of past situations, and I want for the unity to continue. I don't want to bring anyone in. They could be good, but based on what we need right now, we need somebody who can help the coach and the team to focus in making the World Cup the priority, right? Jamaica, we need to go to the World Cup. And I think that this guy coming in with Coach McClaren could be a big boost, because at the same time, Jamaica World Cup entry will bring unprecedented global recognition, people, to the national team and the country, raising the profile of Jamaica football worldwide. So it's a win-win scenario in my own belief, people. And I would love to hear what you say. So in conclusion, people, what is your say on the topic of importance? Why the JFF should bring in Liam Rosenior to help McClaren guide Jamaica to World Cup 2026. I think it's a win-win. I think it's a no-brainer. It will take some work, but I mean, it has to be something that we have to consider, because Liam Rosenior is a smart, modern, and proven coach who can help Jamaica tactical games and players development. I would not give him the main post because he's already employed. He's still a young coach, so we don't want to bring him in any extra pressure, but to give him that platform or that task to say then that this would be something better for you than just to say we want for you to become the head coach of Jamaica and get rid of Coach Steve McClaren. No, that is not how we go about in doing things. We have to make the approach strategically and tactical. So supporting Steve McClaren in the World Cup qualification campaign could be a defining moment for Jamaica, and of course for his coaching career. And for Jamaica, this is or could be the big chance to finally return to the biggest stage in football. So people, it's time to think bigger. It's time to be bold. No, we cannot afford for Jamaica to be playing like this and seeing that the Gold Cup is on the edge. I think that we may not make it. If we do not make it, or we make it within that period of July and August, we have to bring in somebody like a Liam Rosenior to help Jamaica players perform better on the pitch and to provide that unity that the national team deserves to have and to book the spot in the World Cup. So people, it is now my time to go. I have done my part. I would love to hear what you have to say as well, because then again, when you comment, Premier 7 will reply and to see how well things can go forward. So people, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I am 19 subscribers away from the 2K mark. I would love to reach that as well, so as to provide you with more contents on the Jamaica men's national team. So you all take care. Goodbye until we meet again.